doing the live stream. This ceremony is live on YouTube, on Daystar University Live, which is the official university YouTube page. The conversations are going in there, and so you can share with friends and family who have not made it to be here today. We also appreciate the social media team that are pushing our socials. Thank you for being here. At this moment, I want to invite us to be upstanding as we sing the Kenya anthem, national anthem, the East African Community Anthem, and the Daystar University Anthem. The university choir will help us in observing those three anthems, and we'll be singing all the stanzas. University choir.
sure word of prophecy, whereunto lead well that ye take heed. We are bound as one as the Daystar family. We shall shine together in love and unity. As stars and summer freedom, we shall teach the world as the Daystar family. Soldiering on with Christ the King. Arise and shine until the day dawn rise. Until the Daystar arise, arise in your hearts. Arise and shine until the day dawn rise. Until the Daystar arise, arise in your hearts. Let every dawn of morning be to you as the beginning of life. Every setting sun before you as God, we shall shine together in peace and liberty, like stars and summer leaders. We shall face the beauty of the Daystar family, soaring on with Christ the King. Arise and shine until the day dawn rise. Until the Daystar arise, arise in your eyes. Arise and shine until the
Thank you. That's the University Choir. Congregation, you can assume your seats. Thank you.
A very warm welcome to you all, our online community, and welcome to Daystar University Live. My name is Lucy Modhoni, and I'm joined by
Ron Otieno.
and we'll be your host for the day. So we are coming to you live to bring to you day one of orientation week. But before that, how about we have a preview of what has been happening in the morning?
Welcome to Daystar University. The orientation week is here with us today, and as you can see, the process has just started, and we have the orientation team welcoming the freshmen into the school as they go and register over there. It's a lot going on, but it's the start of the day. And with me today, I have the orientation leader, one of the leaders. Welcome so much. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Jamie Hundu. I'm one of the orientation team leaders. And yeah, I'm here and I'm gladly ready to serve.
So tell us, how are you feeling today? What, are you feeling pressured or you're okay with everything?
Pressure, of course, it's there because we have to deal with everything and make sure things are in order, the flow from one point to the other, but things are going well so far.
How are the freshmen looking? Are they energetic? Are they ready for school?
Of course, we have different characters, different personalities. So we have the alive ones that are dancing the first time you tell them, and then we have the others that look at you like, no, I'm so shy, I can't do it. So we have all types of personalities.
Yeah. So we expect you to be here the entire day, or you have the half day or something?
We don't have half day. We are here from 6. Apparently, I was here from 6 up to 5 p.m. when the scholars go back home. But we're here from Monday to Sunday, the last day of orientation.
So what's next for us after they are in and registered?
After we are in, the biggest event of the day is the VC's meeting. They're meeting him at the amphitheater at 10. So they should be on their way, running there right now.
So at 10, please make your way to the Daystar Orientation Week and don't miss out on anything. Thank you so much. I know I'll see you later. So there are so many processes that take place in the Daystar Orientation Week, and so Lucy Mudhoni will have to take us through.
Thank you, Ron, for taking us through that. So as you've heard from my colleague, once the students arrive, we have different processes happening, and right where, as you can see behind me, we have the registrar's desk, our university registrar, taking the students through verification of their documents to ensure that indeed you have been admitted to Daystar University. So you can come with me as we check the registration desk and what is happening behind me, that students get to be verified with their different documents and what is happening to just basically ensure that every student who has been welcomed to Daystar University is indeed a student here. So come with me as we go to the next process, which is the finance. Come with me. So this right here is the finance department. So once the students have been verified of all their documents, they then get to come to the finance department to make sure that their school fees is paid, the orientation fee is settled, which will help ease their stay here at Daystar University. So the next step, which is the final process, is the registration desk, which is being taken through by the orientation team. So this is the final process. After students have been verified, they have cleared their fees, they then get to be settled at the registration desk by the orientation team. So what is basically happening behind me is that the student comes and states which campus they have chosen, whether Nairobi or Athi River, and if you're an international student or a Kenyan student. And then after that, they get to be grouped into families. How amazing is that? That you don't just get to start your journey in Daystar as a new student alone, but you're grouped with other people who will help better your life here at Daystar University. So thank you for coming through with us. So let's get back to the main event. Thank you. So that is what has been happening in the morning, and we are honored to bring to you day one of orientation live.
Now, Daystar University Orientation Week is basically the week of interaction, activities, and many more. The students get to familiarize themselves with the Daystar culture. They also get to know about the clubs and associations that are present in Daystar University. And also, they also get to know about the school itself and everything more. Now, and before that, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How was your first orientation?
Man, my first orientation, I'd say it was amazing. I mean, here in Daystar, we love keeping it big and classy. So what I loved about my orientation, which I know most people might not agree with, is the singing that the orientation team does. Because that already by itself helps you to make, it helps you to feel comfortable that you're not around, a bunch of strangers, you're in a very unfamiliar place. So that for me has stuck in my memory till date.
And also don't forget about the families. You've mentioned about comfortability. The students get to join families which they are guided in everything they do. They're shown about talents, gifts. They get to showcase what they know themselves. And I don't think also did you participate in any of the families?
I mean, I don't think, for me, Daystar, that's where my journey began. From being in the families, I got to meet different people from different nationalities, from different backgrounds. And then you meet the same people in class. So imagine how cool that is, that you get to enter in a university and get to form friends in the first week. How cool is that? So enough of me. How about you? How was your orientation week?
First of all, entering university, you expect to be a place where adults are quiet, composed. I was received with songs. I was like, hey, what is not going on? Like songs, cheering. I'm like, hey, what will I do this? But as time went by, I got comfortable. I got to share my talents with my fellow freshmen, and it was a very nice. It was a very nice introduction to university.
Yeah.
And apart from that, there was also dinner. I don't remember do you remember your dinner outfits?
I remember my dinner outfit. How can I forget that? You know, I think it's a very keen event that gets to happen during the orientation week. And it will also be happening this week, and that will be on Friday. So if you're watching this and you're a freshman or you're thinking about joining campus, hey, let me tell you, Daystar University is the place to be. So maybe, Ron, you can tell us before we go on, what is your highlight about being in Daystar? Maybe there's someone who's watching and they're thinking, give me a reason as to why I should join Daystar. So what's your highlight about being in Daystar?
First of all, my best highlight in being Daystar is my spiritual well-being. I think once your spiritual well-being is taken care of, then you have your mindset right, and then you have everything intact. When you have God beside you, then you're good to go. Other than that, in terms of school, as you can see, we are doing the media work. Daystar University gives us the platform to showcase our work, our talents, and also what we are taught in school is what we apply in the same school. So I think that's it. That's the best highlight for me.
Yeah. So maybe you can tell us, with that being said, is there still a chance for someone to apply? And how many students are we roughly expecting this semester?
Worry no more. Because you know why? Daystar University is expecting roughly 1,300 students to join. And the registration is still ongoing, by the way. So please, click on those websites, come, join us, and we learn more, we share, we have fun as we study. Okay? And about our social platforms, where can they find us, tafadhali?
So I think the most basic thing to start from is visiting our website for more information at www.daystar.ac.ke. But you can also interact with us on our social media platforms at
Daystar._uni. That is Instagram. For Twitter, it's Daystar Uni. And for Facebook, Daystar University Official.
Nice. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Daystar University Live. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Do all those nice things, you know. It really helps to grow our channel. But with all that being said, do not forget to use the hashtag #FormNiDaystar and hashtag September 2023 orientation. So welcome to Daystar University, the cradle of value-based higher learning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Send you a parable through a monkey because there are many here. Pay attention. All these creatures belong to God and He uses them as He pleases. Perhaps the Lord will visit you through a broken internet connection and you will get frustrated. Take time to notice the Lord's presence with you because the Lord runs very good interference. And when the Lord runs interference, you can't beat Him at it. So take time to notice. In the midst of your frustrations, in the midst of your joys, in the midst of your sorrows, in the midst of your accomplishments, take time to notice the Lord's visitation. The Lord helping me over the next few days as we keep meeting again and again, I will keep reminding you about attentiveness. But for now, let me invite you to be curious, like Abraham, and to notice the Lord's visitation so that you can experience your kairos within your chronos. Let us pray. Lord Jesus, divine Son and eternal priest, inspire us with the confidence of your final conquest of evil and grant that daily on our way we may drink of the brook of your eternal life and so find courage against all adversities. And make us aware of your visitations among us so that we may pause and reckon with you. And help us through the friends and strangers we encounter on our path to know you as our refuge, our way, our truth, and our life. Amen.
Let's exercise a bit. Can we be upstanding as we sing that congregational hymn? Great is the faithfulness of the Lord, and that's why we are here. We want to appreciate the Student Council, the Daystar University Student Association Council, led by the President, to the next three speakers will be important for your hearing, and so I invite us to be very considerate in our listening. There'll be a lot of pieces of information, but we'll also be providing a period for question and answer. And to start us off is the Deputy Vice-chancellor in charge of academics, research, and student affairs, Professor Faith Nguru. Let's welcome her on stage.
Vice-chancellor, Professor Laban Peter, the DVC, Finance, Administration and Planning, parents, and you've already been introduced, and it's wonderful to see all of you, those who are coming here for the first time and others who are coming for the second and third time, faculty, staff, and our new students, good morning. Praise God. That's the greeting at Daystar. Always praising God for his goodness. And it is a great pleasure to see all of you and to welcome you to this significant beginning of your journey in academics. A very significant step towards achieving your goals and personal aspirations. Goals as students, also for the parents and guardians. To our new students, and we see many of them seated here and others still joining us, I want to extend a very warm welcome to all of you, reminding you that you're embarking on a journey that will not only shape your future, but also provide you with opportunities to grow, to learn, and to make lifelong memories. This institution, Daystar University, is not just a place for education. It's a community where you'll find guidance, support, and a platform to explore your potential. As you step into this new phase of your life, remember, and this has already been mentioned, that challenges and setbacks are part of the learning process. Embrace them, learn from them, and use them to fuel your determination. And to the parents and guardians in our midst, you have entrusted us with the education and well-being of your young ones. Sometimes we call them children, and they don't want to hear that. They want to be called young men and young women, and truly they are our students, our learners. You have entrusted them to us, and we want to assure you that we take this responsibility very seriously. Our dedicated faculty and staff, whom I'm about to introduce, and support services are committed to providing a nurturing environment that fosters academic excellence, personal growth, and a strong sense of community. We recognize that your support and involvement are crucial components of their success, and we encourage you to stay engaged and connected throughout the academic journey. As you bring them here, walk with them. In conclusion of my brief remarks, I urge each one of you to approach this new chapter with an open mind and a willingness to embrace the unknown, that which the chaplain was talking about. You have the potential to make a lasting impact on this institution, Daystar University, and also in the world. Seize these opportunities and overcome the challenges that may come, and always strive for excellence in all that you do. Once again, both the new students, their parents, and their guardians, we want to welcome you to this academic community. And we are excited as you join us in this journey of discovery, growth, and success, until the day dawn and the morning star arises in your hearts. Thank you very much. And now I'd like to take this opportunity to very quickly introduce the people behind this academic community that we are talking about. And I will introduce them by the areas that they take charge of. And they too will introduce just by allowing members of staff in their dockets to stand up with them or introduce the deans, so that at any time you know the people who are walking with your young men and women. And we'll begin with the dean. School of Communication, Professor Levi Obonyo.
Good morning, everybody. Could I ask faculty to rise? School of Communication, as indicated on the board, we have, I hope I can be heard where at the back.
Can you hear Professor Obonyo?
Those ones standing right over there are part of our team, and then the rest of our team is here, and that great music is from our school. Thank you.
Thank you. Stars are made in Daystar. Next, we go to the School of Business and Economics and the Dean, Dr. Ivan Samata.
A very good morning to you. I'm delighted to have new members of the university. You're welcome. Allow me to introduce faculty in the School of Business. Faculty would stand kindly. Just allow me to just mention their names quickly. We have Dr. Johannes Kiongo, the Associate Dean, Dr. Dina Keino, Dr. Laban Chesang, the HOD Economics, Mr. Joseph Munyao, HOD Commerce, Mercy Njagi, Lecturer Marketing, Charles Katua, Lecturer Marketing. We also have Thank you.
Thank you very much. Professor Obonyo did not introduce by name the members of School of Communication, and that's okay. Actually, that was our guidance. You meet them during the week. Many professors, many doctors, and we thank God for them. We move on to the next Dean, Dr. Kennedy Ongaro, Dean, School of Applied Human Sciences.
Very good morning to each and every one of you present here today. Our dear parents, thank you so much for choosing Daystar for our destination academically for your child. May I request the faculty members in the School of Applied Human Sciences to please rise. Those are the faculty members in that particular school. We will be interacting in the course of the day and in the course of the week. Karibu sana, Daystar.
Thank you very much. School of Arts and Social Sciences, the Dean, Reverend Dr. Patrick Musembi.
Good morning, parents, and welcome to Daystar University. I want to ask the members of my school to kindly stand so that you can see them. I know we are scattered in different places from that end and this end. That team will work with your boys and girls or students for the rest of their stay in Daystar. And karibuni sana.
Thank you very much. Reverend doctors and others, they are there waiting to teach and to influence. School of Science, Engineering and Health, the Dean, Professor Martha Carey.
Good morning, parents. Kindly allow me to introduce the members of faculty from the School of Science, Engineering and Health. Please rise. Yes, and many others who are not here. We will be interacting as we continue with orientation. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. School of Law, the Dean, Dr. Maurice Owor.
Good morning and shalom. Where there is a society, there must be law. Will be use, will be societies.
Kindly allow me to introduce to you the faculty from the School of Law. Counsel Linda Naminda, next to me, Counsel Justus Mutia, Mwalimu Ekiru Emmanuel, Mwalimu Ayub Okayo, our internal registrar, Winnie Washira. We have our admin, Grace Ndeto, with us. And we also have the, not as a member of staff, but from the school, we have Counsel Mweni Nyokabi, that is the legal officer for the university. And we also have the deputy president of the Students' Union. And lastly, I would just want to tell parents that you've made a wise decision, and I would wish to confirm that the Daystar School of Law is the place to be. It is a unique school with unique curriculum. We have 3 practica, which is the only law school with 3 practica to ensure that your sons and daughters graduate ready for the market. And above all, our education is anchored on Christian values. And I think that is the bigger niche apart from our niche of media and communication law. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Finally, the School of Nursing.
Good morning, parents. Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, students. I'll request the members of the School of Nursing who are here present. We started school today, so the rest of the faculty are out. Kindly stand. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Always busy in the hospitals and in other places. And we thank God for the faculty. Very committed, ready to walk the academic journey. We have institutes in the university. Professor Abraham Waithima, Director. DLPDI.
Good morning all, and thank you very much for choosing Daystar. We are situated in Nairobi, that's why I'm not asking people to stand. But what we do is that we work with the students who want to do certification programs and professional qualification, CPA, the CASNEB exams. We do that, and we also take the university away from the university. So if you have an organization that are needing training, we do that, and we come to you or we call you. Thank you very much, and karibuni to Daystar.
Thank you. The Dean of Students is the next person. I want to introduce the Reverend Mutinda Musimi.
Thank you. Let me ask the staff from our department to rise. I will take possibly a minute or two because it is critical to let you know that this department will be taking care of your sons and your daughters, especially when they are not in the classroom, life outside of the classroom. We offer counseling. We are the department that facilitates them with sports and recreation. We are also the department that will take care of the international students to make sure they are settled well. I have those 3 over there are the associate deans, one in charge of this campus, then Nairobi, and we also have an associate dean of students in charge of resident services. Please let me request the student leaders to be upstanding, pardon me, as I ask our dean to wave, that is Paul. Student leaders, you know the importance the importance of the student government in every university. And this is the wonderful team that we are working with. They will be working with your sons and daughters and helping them settle very well. They take care of various activities in the university, and your sons and daughters will be getting to know. Please stand and face them. You are the people who give me a lot of support. The president, please raise your hand. And the deputy president. We have the president in charge of the international students. And then we have the secretary general and Governor Nairobi campus. The governor of this campus must be busy with the students. We will get to introduce this team and our staff much more. But we want to say, in case you have a son or a daughter who is going through challenges in life, please let us know in advance. Don't bring your daughter or son to Daystar and just hope a miracle is going to happen. Those miracles happen. But in case you know they are struggling, for example, with addictions, etc., let us know so that we can begin to work with them to help them, because we want them to succeed in life. Thank you so much. My name is Reverend Mutinda Musimi.
Thank you. In the middle of the academic journey is the library services, Mrs. Kironcho, and your team.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
And praise God. Allow me to ask my team to stand, my colleagues. We are many, but others are busy doing the work in the libraries. Allow me just to say a word about the libraries that Daystar has. We have 2 physical libraries. We have the Agape Library that is up on the mountain with the state-of-the-art facilities. And we have also Nairobi Campus Library. We have online resources. We have online textbooks. We have online journals that you can access anywhere within the group. When you have been assigned credentials, and we request all the students to make use of the library. We are happy to have you and to join Daystar, and we are walking this journey with you. Thank you, my colleagues, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. That you can access the resources from campus and outside campus, and even outside the country if you are a member. Admissions and records, Professor Paul Mbutu. Department that is very busy today.
Good morning, parents and students. Welcome to Daystar, and I'm glad to see you. I've just been reading and seeing your records online as we processed the admissions for the students. I can't ask my team to stand. They must be in the first booth. That is where we met you. And we have our presence here in Athi River and Nairobi campus. If you are not, you can't see, you don't want to come to Athi River campus, you can meet us in Nairobi campus. This is the nerve center of the university in terms of running the academic, programs. We are the ones in charge of admissions. We run examinations. We keep the records of all students. And then we process your graduations. So you have begun with us, and we are the ones who are going to see you working with the deans and the academic wing to see you out of this university after your 2, 3, or 5, or 4 years. Thank you and welcome to Daystar.
Thank you very much. We are not only face-to-face people, we give that instruction. We are also online, and I want to introduce Dr. Caroline Ayuya.
Good morning and bonjour. Bienvenue and welcome to Daystar University. And we are the 3rd campus of this university. I'd like the deputy director and the board to rise up to see who ran the e-campus at Daystar University. Please clap for them. So these are the members of the board and the deputy director. We run the e-campus of Daystar, And in this regard, I request Professor Faith to allow me to announce a new program alert. We do have currently the only program in the region, only in Kenya, only in Africa. It is called a Master of Education and Leadership and Policy Studies. There is no such a program in Africa. We've officially begun. We ask you to enroll for this program. If you're not a teacher, you want to influence policy, kindly join us in. We are online, and it will be in the best of your room. Wherever you want to study this room, you are not expected to be here. It is online. Password, spread word, join the stars, be online. That is Daystar for you. Daystar Online, the place to be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. They pride themselves a call away from accessing that information. The Directorate of Research and Graduate Studies, Dr. Dina Keino.
Good morning, parents and students. My name is Dr. Dina Keino. The research office, the Directorate of Research and Graduate Studies office is based in Nairobi. We support students and faculty to carry out research, and we also support postgraduate students. So for those of you who are interested in enrolling for postgraduate, karibuni sana, and our students, karibuni to Daystar. Asante.
Thank you very much. University has to do with teaching, learning, research, and community engagement, and quality is our key at Daystar. Let me introduce Directorate of Academic Affairs, Professor Samuel Mureithi.
Yes, Bwana asifiwe. Bwana asifiwe. It's nice to see you. Director of Academic Affairs is in charge of ensuring there is quality learning, quality instruction, and so we like talking about the 4 Qs: quality learning and teaching, quality research, quality faculty and staff, and quality graduates. And what that means is that by the time these students graduate, we want to assure you that there will be quality. We also want to talk about timely graduation. That means that if today your student is admitted or your child is admitted, we want to assure if they are coming here for 4 years, they should finish within 4 years if all goes well. And we ensure that that is done. If it's not on their part, our part, we do it very well. Lastly, we also use a new model of teaching called problem-based learning. It is PBL. Wazazi tuseme PBL. Najua mimi ni mwalimu. PBL. Wazazi?
PBL.
Tena? So as we go home, let's know that our students will be using a model of learning which is equivalent to what they are calling CBC, problem-based learning. What does that mean? It means that students are at the center of learning. We provide them with a problem. They research and provide solutions. So we don't just tell them, go to class, we offer theories. No. We try as much as possible to make sure that they are the drivers of learning, and by so doing, they are the ones who provide solutions. So that when they come home, kama hakuwa anajua kupika ugali, muulize kwa nini. Because theory, if you teach him just or her just about kupika ugali without knowing, we want to be practical. And for those who want to join us, especially parents, if you are stuck somewhere in your program, Daystar is there for you. Daystar is there for you. So please come. We'll help you finish. We'll accept your program or wherever you're coming from, and you'll finish on time. Asanteni.
Thank you very much. Professor Mureithi is talking about those in the MA program, maybe BA, PhDs that are stuck somewhere. We are here for you. The university has 3 divisions. I have quickly gone over one of the divisions, academic, research, and student affairs. The other 2 divisions will be introduced by my colleague, the Deputy Vice-chancellor in charge of Finance, Administration, and Planning, Professor Muturi Wachira. Welcome.
Good morning. Bwana asifiwe. Now, our VC, Professor Laban Airo, DVC, Academic Research and Student Affairs, Professor Faith Guru, our parents, students, and Daystar University staff. I take this opportunity to welcome you, the new parents, to Daystar University. And I'll be very brief because my colleague has said most of the things I would have wanted to say. But just briefly, our division, Finance, Administration, and Planning, is the one in charge of making sure that the environment in which the students are studying is conducive. So we are in charge of recruiting staff, making sure that we get the very best, particularly academic staff and all other staff. We also manage the finances. We make sure that the environment is good in terms of cleaning, maintenance, repairs, transport. We are also in charge of ICT. So making sure that the environment is conducive for learning. One thing I want to say is that we are committed to provide the very best environment for learning. I don't know whether most of you have been able to visit our library, and you see the work that has been done, led by our VC. If you go there, you see that actually we have done what you'd call world-class equipping and arranging of that library. And I've just mentioned the library, but we have done that in many other areas. If you visit our gym, you'll agree with us that it's one of the best gyms in this area. So we are committed to providing the very best. Some of our facilities may be aged, but we are working very hard to make sure that we bring them to the level that is needed. Actually, currently, we are working on one of the hostels to make sure that we bring it to the best standards that are required. And I want to urge parents to make sure that your students are staying in campus, particularly first-year students. We don't make it a requirement, and some universities make it a requirement, but we want to advise you that have your child stay in college. And the main reason is because in college, we have a controlled environment. Outside there, we cannot control the environment. We try our level best to work with the landlords and caretakers in the hostels that are off campus, but it is not possible for us to control that environment, even if we try our best. So have your child stay on campus. It's very critical. Now, quickly, I'll introduce the departments and the people that work in these departments. Some of them may have important information to convey to you, and I'll start with the finance department led by CPA Phyllis Mutua. Mike, where's the mic?
Hello. Thank you. Good morning, parents, and praise the Lord. Good to see each and every one of you coming to our university. You have made the right choice, and you are the most welcome. Let me begin to just help us understand how Daystar really works in terms of ensuring your child becomes a student of Daystar. I will be talking about registration because it's very key for the parents to know that our registration for the first years will happen on Thursday. And that Thursday, a student selects the courses and the services they need, and they can only complete their registration if parents have cleared their fee. So payment of the fees, if you have not done it, ensure by Thursday it is done, because immediately after that, we open all these services to the other students, and they are very fast in knowing what to do. So help your child to complete their registration by Thursday by ensuring you have paid their fee. The second thing I need to mention on the same is that every semester we allow students 2 weeks to register. Registration means they are paid, they have selected their courses, and they have completed their registration. And so within the 2 weeks, we expect parents to have paid their fee in full, or from continuing next semester, you become a continuing parent. You are given what we call installment plans if you are struggling with the fee payment. And so just to explain that part of installment plan is that parents are given to pay 50% of the full fee on the opening day. Then the 25 is for the following 2 months. So you have been given that for at least to help parents to ensure that their children are registered on time. The other thing they are not children, the young men and young ladies. Payment in Daystar, we don't allow personal checks. We only allow you to pay at a bank. We also have given parents what we call M-Pesa or pay bill, and our pay bill is 209800. Then you follow with the student number. That is very important for continuing payment of the students because you already have the number. Lastly, I want to talk about scholarships because it's good to know that Daystar does give our students scholarships, and this university helps quite a number of students to go through their education, especially those who are needy or challenged financially. And our scholarships begin from the second year. You must help the child to go through the first year. I normally tell parents, go and do an arambi if you are struggling. And the second year, the child can get help from Daystar. But also to help you, those who are Kenyans, the government of Kenya gives our students help or loans. So you can apply for those loans even when you are here in Daystar. It is not limited because the private universities also benefit from the loan program that the government gives. Finance has 2 offices, one in Nairobi and one in Athi River, wherever it's near for you, parent, you step in there and you'll be helped. finance@daystar.ac.ke is for any inquiry a parent would have for us to help. And so we want to welcome you to Daystar. This is a great place. I went through Daystar as a student. My children went through here. My 2 degrees are from this university, and I am still serving in the same place. You're most welcome because I know you will love this place. I have many parents that are coming the second time, the third time. I had 2 this morning who visited my office, so you have not made a mistake. You're most welcome. God bless.
Thank you. The second department is the HR department, led by Mr. Pius Muya.
Thank you so much, Prof. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much, and welcome to Daystar University. We sincerely thank God for the choice you have made to bring your young handsets to Daystar University. Human Resources Department, apart from ensuring that we have the right staff and the faculty, also works together with the university to ensure that our students have a medical cover, which is comprehensive. And this time round, our medical cover is under Manson as the underwriter, and AA Kenya as a broker. And the students are paying $17,500 for that comprehensive cover. I am sure you have received a memo as parents towards that. And I know we also have a day with the students on the same. But you as a parent, ensure that is taken care of. That is for students who don't have a medical cover, personal medical cover. However, in case you have a personal medical cover, kindly ensure that you get us a letter from the underwriter or from the employer and bring it to HR office, either Nairobi or at the river. Here in the river, we have a clinic at the extreme end. In Nairobi, we have an emergency room and with a nurse who runs that just to ensure that we are all safe. Allow me to introduce my staff. I suspect I could be having some here. Eska Juma, I'm sure Eska Juma is at the far end there. She's my deputy, and in case I am not around, she can always be able to sort you. Thank you so much. Let me say that apart from us being workers in this university, most of the staff and the faculty have their children learning in Daystar University. And so we are not just teaching your children or your sons and daughters. Our children are also going through this university. So we join together to make these young men and women great leaders for tomorrow. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you. CPA Phyllis forgot to introduce her staff. Is there anybody from finance? Anybody from finance? Or they are all working? Thank you. That department, ICT department, led by Mr. Solomon Boro. Briefly, please.
Good morning, parents. Our department, our work is to make sure that we transform the learning space using technology, so we give support to both students and staff. Thank you for choosing Daystar, and God bless you.
Thank you. Is there anybody from ICT? Anybody from ICT? Again, most of these people are working, serving students in their workplaces. Fourth department, University Services Department, led by Ms. Caroline Mwangi, and Ms. Mwangi is away on leave, so Mr. Patrick Dalizu is the one currently acting. Patrick.
Thank you. Good morning, parents. Welcome to Daystar University. Basically, we are the landlords, and we are in charge of cafeteria, catering services. We are in charge of hostels and accommodation. We are in charge of inventory and security. And therefore, we shall be having a session at 2:30 to talk more about the department with the students. Kindly, members who are here, sectional heads, kindly stand up. I acknowledge your presence by way of hands. Kiara is there. The other one, I saw Samuel Awor, Hudson Musera. Thank you. Karibu Daystar.
Thank you very much. We have two other departments working in the division. We have procurement, Mr. Harun Basamoy.
Morning, parents. As you've heard, my name is Harun Barsemoy, in charge of procurement and contracting department. So ours is to ensure that we support the entire departments of the university in terms of sourcing of all goods and services to the university. Karibuni sana, you've made the right choice. Asante.
Thank you, Harun. And then we have the planning office, Ms. Ruth Mulwa. I think she's not in. This is the department in charge of implementation of the strategic plan, ISO certification, risk management, and working with the HR department on performance contracting. Let me quickly go to the VC's division, and I'll start with the quality assurance department or directorate led by Dr. Sylvia Tuikong.
Good morning. A very warm welcome to Daystar University. You have made the right choice. Directorate of Quality Assurance ensures compliance to government regulations on higher education. So all our programs are accredited. We frequently review our programs, so be assured that everything is okay with any course that you're coming to do. I don't know whether we have staff from Quality Assurance here. Can't see any. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tuikong. Then chaplaincy department, led by Reverend John Weche.
Good morning once again. The chaplaincy leads the spiritual nurture activities. We also provide pastoral care and support to students, staff, faculty, and parents. We'll be availing these opportunities to you so that you know how to reach us and how we can be present with you. We also support human resource in the hiring of quality staff so that we make sure that we have the right people serving our students and the community. Let me introduce chaplaincy staff who are present here. Some are not here today. You'll meet them tomorrow. But those who are here, and any DCF officials, officials who are here, okay, right at the back, some of them are at the back there, they're serving as ushers. That is Tabitha Mutheu. Tabitha is our campus pastoral assistant based here in Athi River, and we have Helen there. Helen is a chaplaincy administrator, and we've got Mark right there, the chair of DCF. No, that is Duncan. Right there. You'll meet some of these people tomorrow. Now, spiritual nurture. We've got chapels every Tuesday, and Thursday we have Bible study. These two events are very critical for us, and they're mandatory for all members of Daystar community. So we usually expect all staff, all faculty, and all students to be in attendance in chapel on Tuesdays and to participate in Bible studies on Thursday. In addition, we have University Prayer Day once a semester. This time it will be on 28th. So again, we expect every member of the community to take part in that. And then for those who are resident here, the Daystar Christian Fellowship, which is DCF, runs Sunday services. So you don't have to travel very far. You can just attend the Sunday service right here on campus if you're a resident here. We'll introduce more of the chaplaincy and what we do during the orientation chapel tomorrow.
Thank you, Reverend Weche. We have the legal department led by Mrs. Mweni Nyokavi Kahubura.
Thank you, Deputy Vice-chancellor, Finance, Planning and Administration. Good morning, parents. Welcome to Daystar. We're very happy to see you. My name is Mweni Nyokavi Kahumbura. I'm the legal manager for the university. You might be wondering why you're meeting with me today. There are good reasons I am here, and there are some other less fortunate reasons that I am here. My main roles are organizational secretary under the Vice-chancellor's division, which basically has to do with governance management, liaising with the Senate, management, council, and sponsor of the university, maintenance of records, advisory, giving legal opinions, policy overview. That's the happier part. Then there's the risk management and prevention part of my job, which has to do with the disciplinary matters, dispute management and litigation management, asset review, and compliance audits, just to make sure that we're in order. Positive interaction, the likelihood is I probably won't meet your young men and women until they've started finding their feet and maybe they have a collaboration they want to bring to the university, or they want us to join hands with another organization to do partnership. In that case, they'll probably be meeting me then. But if, on the other hand, unfortunately something goes wrong, they'll be meeting me in the disciplinary committee. So let us hope they'll not be meeting me, or if they are, it's on the other hand. And this is just a note to tell parents that we have quite a few disciplinary matters that come to us, and the university is fortunately has policies that deal with the issues, but there are some issues which are not just covered by policy, they are also covered by law. So if unfortunately your young man or woman comes to us on a matter to do with drugs or theft, the university has to both deal with them internally, but they may also find themselves in the hands of the state. So let us do whatever we can to address those issues as early as possible. As the Dean of Students has said, they have a counseling department. So if you know your student is, your child is going through anything, please bring it to our attention as quickly as possible. We want to help them so that they are only meeting me on the nice side and not the bad side. In my department, I have a colleague called Telvin Ambani. He's not here, he's working in the office. And then because our profession is one that requires us to mentor and bring up future advocates, we usually have somebody working in the work study department or internship with our office. So from time to time, we have different faces in our department. But thank you, and karibuni Daystar.
Thank you, thank you. Corporate Affairs Department, led by Damaris Kimiru.
Thank you very much, DVC. I want to again welcome new parents and new students and even returning parents. Very delighted to see the overflow that we're experiencing this morning. The Corporate Affairs Department is the Marketing and Communication Department of the university, working directly under the Vice-chancellor. And what we are witnessing today is speaking about the effectiveness of the call that we sent out. Either we came to your school, young people, you met us there, or you attended some career fairs somewhere in a city, in a town, or you met us in the media space, and that's why you are here. So we want to say thank you for responding to that call to the market. We want to promise that the promises we gave you there, you shall realize them here. Allow me to introduce my colleagues who are with me today. My colleagues in corporate affairs, starting with the mover of the event today, Alex Mutuku. He's the head of marketing. He leads our troops out together with the other team members who are not here. Our business is not to be on campus. In that section, our business to be out in the marketplace, telling you what we offer, and we thank you for coming. We have public relations led by Jean Murungi, who is sitting this event, and making sure we are comfortable, we are fed, we are refreshed. And again, that team has several members. Then we have the production unit seated right at the back and moving around with cameras and making sure this event is streaming live on Daystar University Live. Kindly subscribe so that you continue to receive information anytime we go live. Follow us on our social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for the young people, and especially follow the DUSA account, because I know Kamoyo there is doing very, very well, and other universities are following suit. Parents, don't check out today until you've signed at our registration desks, because we want to make sure that we continue to communicate to you from time to time. As I finish, we also have the graphics team led by Mercy Onditi at the back, making sure that our messaging is well packaged before it reaches you, and the webmaster who ensures our online presence. Welcome once again to Daystar, and enjoy your journey. You are supported.
Thank you, thank you. Director, School of Mission and Theology, Professor Bernard Boyle.
Again, parents, just to welcome you to Daystar. We are Christian non-denominational university. We have a mission and we have a vision, And that is what we are here to ensure that we entrench among our students, and therefore we are grateful that you have chosen to bring your young ones to Daystar. Karibuni sana.
Thank you. We have a principal for Nairobi campus, Professor Michael Bowen, who is not in today, but acting on his behalf is Professor Samuel Moreithi.
Again, good morning, parents. Yes, as you may have heard, we have 3 campuses. We have the Nairobi campus, we have our River campus, and we have online campus. I can see Carol smiling there, Director of Odero. Nairobi campus is the oldest. We say that Daystar was started in 1973. It is started in Nairobi and has given birth to the current campus, which is the largest. You know, the mother doesn't have to be the biggest. Sometimes the baby is bigger than the mother. So Nairobi campus is the oldest, but where we have several programs, ranging from certificate, diplomas, undergraduate, and postgraduate. They are all there. In the River campus, we have the undergraduate program, but undergraduate programs. But in Nairobi, we have almost all these programs, from a certificate all the way to masters and postgraduate. And so we have both day program and evening program, and also for master students, they are usually online. And so we also have a lot of activity. You may realize that Nairobi campus is a stopover point when you want to come to Daystar, especially if you are coming from Nairobi. So it's, we also have the very, very nice facilities, modern facilities per se, and we have a lot of activities going there. So we want to welcome you there, and but I just want to say something about us as a campus, both Nairobi and even at the River. Please note that our business, you know, people sell maize, others sell mandazi, others sell pizza. Our business is education. Our business is education, quality education, and our customer is the student. So student, I can see you. My work as Director of Academic Affairs is to ensure that you go to class, you study, and you maintain the required standards. So thank you very much. I think the students will be with you in Nairobi campus on Friday. We'll have a lot of time. We interact with you. There are those things that we must talk, us, you, and us, so that we agree on the way forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Finally, the audit department. The audit department, I don't know whether there is anybody from the audit department. We do have an audit department. I remember over the weekend I saw the EACC directing that all governors have an internal audit department in their counties. We do have an internal audit department. And you can see we have actually 3 departments that check or make sure that we follow processes, procedures, and the law. We have the quality assurance, we have the legal department, and we have the audit department. Now, there are many people who work at Daystar, and we have just introduced a few. There are many administrators, many teachers, lecturers, and other staff. They are all working, and we have just introduced a few. They are all here to serve the students. And their work is to ensure that our students get the very best. So we pray that your stay here will be a fruitful one, and you grow in wisdom, in stature, having favor with God and with men. Thank you very much. May I now introduce our VC, Professor Laban Airo, to come and give his address.
Professor David Muturi Washira, DVC Finance, Professor Faith Nguru, DVC Academic. I want to recognize in a very special way the founder of this university, Professor Don Smith, who I'll be asking to stand, somebody to support him, to stand so that we recognize him. Somebody help him out, yes. Professor Don Smith carried the vision of Daystar as a Christ-centered communications college, moved from Oregon in the US, newly married, went to South Africa, thrown out because of apartheid, went to Zimbabwe, couldn't cope with Ian Smith, and then landed in Nairobi to start Daystar Communications College, which gave rise to Daystar University. And we thank God for you, Don, for the sacrifices you have made. It is important for you to note that the founder has sold all his property in the US and is domiciled on this compound. And Honorable Mugatana have been chasing immigration so that they can give him citizenship. So that's a struggle. I hope with people like you, we should be able to present this case. And His Excellency the President is well aware over this matter. But I want us just to cheer Don Smith and say thank you. Let's clap for him. I also would wish that we remember his wife in prayer, Faye Smith. She's indisposed, but they live here on this compound, and this is their family. And my leadership has made it as a matter of policy and fact that they are part of the Daystar community because of the vast contribution they made to this university. I also want you to note the spirit of Daystar. Almost 3-4 months ago, the founding Vice-chancellor, Professor Engineer Stephen Talitwala, he was a Ugandan and served as the Vice-chancellor of this university for more than 20 years. And his biggest wish was that he would like to be laid to rest on this compound. And so we created a Heroes Corner, and Professor Talitwala is resting on this compound. And that is what Daystar is all about. Secondly, I would like to, I've already recognized Honorable Mugatana and other distinguished visitors, but my parents, I want to welcome you to Daystar. I know many of you have come here for a reason. Somehow you have ended up in Daystar, but I know most importantly is the goodwill this university is now receiving from the Kenyan nation. As I sat there and looking at the turnout of parents, both inside this hall and outside there, it is a manifestation of God's work that is going on in this university. And we just want to thank you for trusting us, and I want you to know that ours is a serious Christian university. Yes. And I want to emphasize that many of you know me. I was the Vice-chancellor in Moi University, and through other circumstances, I ended up in Daystar. And I have a very distinct mission. I am determined, through God's help, to make this university the best university in this country. And so join me in that effort. And we don't want to go into what has happened. I walked into Daystar when we had just under 3,000 students. And over the last 3 years, we now have a population of over 6,500 students. It can only be but God. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to also recognize we agreed we'll finish at 12:30, so we are sensitive to the time. Allow me to recognize the student leadership in Daystar. I run a flat structure. 40% of my time, I am out of this university fundraising for needy students and fundraising for all these physical facilities. And so, normally I leave this university in the hands of my DVCs and more importantly, my students. I can be away for a month and the university runs without a mama. We run flat structures because everybody is important in this university. Everybody is important. So I would like to ask the president and the team to come here very quickly and just give your names and who you are, and to tell you before the parents that I value your support and being part of this leadership. So please come up here so that we can see you all. Where is the mic running? Or just come here. Introduce yourselves very quickly.
Good morning. Parents, new students, karibuni sana. My name is Geoffrey Tum. I'm the serving president of the DUSA Council. DUSA stands for Daystar University Students Association. Yeah, and quickly, I just want to thank the university's leadership and our Vice-chancellor. Thank you for the support you give us. I also want to thank my leadership here, and let me invite my deputy just to say a few words and invite the rest. Karibu.
Greetings, everyone.
Please say the school you are in.
Okay, so my name is Buke Halkano. I'm currently serving as the deputy president. I'm also a student of law in my 3rd year. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate every student for making it to Daystar University. I'd like to encourage everyone that we are a testament of the quality that is being provided here. So congratulations, and as your leadership will be here with you to ensure the success of your journey. Thank you.
God is good, and all the time. I'm Newton Kamoyo, serving as the Secretary General to the Student Council. I'm a 4th year Bachelor's in Communication student, doing my major in Public Relations and a minor in Community Development. Welcome to Daystar.
Praise the Lord. Yes, my name is David Prestower. I'm the DUSA Finance Secretary. I'm from the School of Business and Economics, pursuing a major in Purchasing and Business Logistics. I'm in my final year, and feel most welcome. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Elizabeth Achol Maker, the International Students President. ISADU stands for International Students Association of Daystar University. I am doing my bachelor's in communication, electronic media, with a minor in community development. This is an international voice, and we say one nation, one family. Karibu sana Daystar.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ken Andrew Muganda, and I'm the Nairobi campus governor. As Professor Muredi said, on Friday we'll have the chance to talk more with the new students, and they can visit our campus. And welcome everyone to Daystar University. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Karibu sana. So that's the student leadership. Remember, there are 6,000, we are only 200. So democratically, they are the ones who should have the biggest voice in this university. I would like to ask the deans and directors to come here, please, quickly. Deans and directors, because you carry the responsibility of running this university on my behalf. You can use the mics out there, but I think I know all of you, so you can move this side. Deans and directors. And when I mention your directorate, you just step in front so that you are able to be seen. I want to introduce to the parents and the students Professor Samuel Murithi, a professor from the School of Business and the Director for Academic Programs. Mr. Murithi will be sending frequent communication messages about the standing of your child or your student. So as a policy moving forward, we want parents to know the standing of every student in terms of overall grade. All of us have Bible study groups. I have a Bible study group that sits in my office. We shall also communicating to you whether your child is attending Bible study and how the character is. And some people think it is too much, but nothing comes without detail and attention. So we'll be doing that. Next is, don't go just on. Next is Dr. Sylvia Tuigong. She's my director, Quality Assurance and Standards. All programs in Daystar are accredited. And Daystar was the third university in Kenya to be accredited as an e-campus. So we can offer degrees online from start to end. And we are very proud for what she's doing in that directorate, Sylvia Tuigong. Let's encourage her. I've done a lot of work in emotional intelligence and leadership. The human heart needs encouragement. Sasa nikisema hivi tunawashangilia, so that next time they're not working, I'll say, but you saw, I introduced you to the parents. Next is Dr. Mwaka, Karo Mwaka. She's the director, ODEL, Open and Distance Learning at Daystar, and the e-campus we are talking about. Welcome. Because I have, I'm in business, but I have a very strong education background, we have introduced a master's in leadership and policy studies. Leadership and policy studies. And I want you to be our ambassadors, go out there, and it is 100% online. So we would like most of our heads of schools, instead of doing masters in administration, masters in counseling, masters in curriculum, Kenya is short of policy makers. And this is a program I would encourage all of you to come. We have Professor Abraham Waithima in charge of professional courses, and one of the pillars in this university. I'm very judicious with my words. So when I say one of the pillars, I mean he stands in for Daystar, whether I am there or not. Let us appreciate him. There is Dr. Evans Amata, is the Dean, School of Business. So all parents who have come to the School of Business, we also have a PhD in business, we have MBAs in business, and you are all encouraged to go out there and say there's a School of Business in Daystar. Let us encourage him. There is Professor Martha Kiarie. She's head of the School of Science. And science is getting very strong. You'll be very surprised. Our actuarial science program is one of the largest in the country. And Martha gave birth to the School of Nursing. When I came to Daystar, nursing, we had 54 students. Today, we have over 650 students. So she was a good mother. Thank you. There is Dr. Reverend Patrick Musembi, School of Arts and Social Sciences. Those of you who want to do international relations, theology, education, peace and conflict, Rev is the person in charge. And I'm very excited because this year that is a school that perhaps will give us the largest grant in the area of research. Let's appreciate him. There is Dr. Morris Owor. He is our Dean, School of Law, holds a PhD from the USSR. Sometimes I call him KGB because of his training, but he's just done an amazing job. Again, we had a small school of law in Nairobi, but now we have over 350, close to 400, and this year we are getting more than 100 and something students in the School of Law. Thank you for working hard. Dr. Kennedy Ongaro is the Dean of the School of Humanities and Applied Sciences, carries the program that actually works with the identity of Daystar, the PhD in counseling psychology. If you go to any university in Kenya, every dean in those universities was trained in Ongaro School under Professor Munene. And I just want to encourage you that we continue producing psychologists. Now we have another PhD coming in counseling psychology, and a master's in clinical psychology, and a master's in counseling psychology, right? Yeah, let us appreciate his work. Sometimes very few words, a little aggressive, you know, he's a kissy. But we just carry him along because of the work he's doing for the university. Dr. Susan Juguna is my Dean, School of Nursing. Parents, if you have time, particularly if your child has come for School of Nursing, there are new facilities yonder. What a journey. In 2019, 50 students. Now 600. The admissions we are anticipating this year are over 200. So you can imagine. Sometimes they say, where I come from, that somebody has the hands of growing things, and others don't have the hands. I don't know what that means. You can give them mahindi, mbolea, jembe, lakini mahindi haitoki. Na wengine hata ukimtupia mahindi bila mbolea, mahindi inaenda juu. That is Susan Juguna. I want to thank you so much. Dr. Keino, Dina Keino, is the acting director, research and postgraduate studies. If you look at her very carefully, she looks like somebody you know, Kipchoge Keino's daughter. Yeah. So I always tell her, you must be excellent because your father was excellent, isn't it? But she's doing a good job. Thank you very much. Professor Levi Obonyo, you all know him in the media, the founder of School of Communication. Yes, and sometimes he threatens to dress better than me. And you know why? Because he's a Luo and, you know. But what an asset we have in him in our university. We are very, very, very proud of him. And Reverend Mutinda Musimi is the father of your children. He has been the university chaplain and he's an ordained reverend, and he's the dean of students. And what can I say? When I came to Daystar in 2019, there was total, almost chaos in student leadership. You know, Daystar was receiving negative publicity, strikes, and all that. But he has husbanded the leadership, student leadership in the university, and we continue praying for him. And thank you for that leadership. Asante sana. So, you know, this is the heart of the university. This is Daystar, together with my colleague lecturers. A hero just roars, you know, like a lion roars to scare people away. But the heart of the lion are these people. They are the heart of the lion. Very quickly, management, just step in. I'm going to be within time. Management, step forward so that I can. No, where are you going? Leave. Bado. Just step another row in front there. Please, management. I want parents to have confidence that they're leaving their children in the right hands. These are our children. Just like my mother before she died, I was the way I am, and she kept on calling me my child. So don't just call them children, because they're our children. Yes. So there is Professor Faith Nguru, DVC academic, research and student affairs, CPA Phyllis Mutua. She's the finance manager, the custodian of resources in Daystar. I would have talked a lot more, but she's a good custodian of resources of Daystar. Because between 2019 and 2023, for the last 3 years, this university, which was in the deficits for many years, since 2016, for the last 3 years, we have experienced surpluses. So we thank all of them. There is Chief Manager, Human Resource, Pius Muya. He has sat in every interview that has employed us, me included, so he knows a lot about each one of us. So if you want to listen to, is it Mushene, or what do you call it? He will tell you, that one I know. You know that one? And then there's Professor Bernard Boyo, again, one of the pillars of this university. He's starting, we are now being bold enough to start we teach, we integrate faith in learning, but now we want to have a school of mission and theology as a separate entity in this university. There's Professor Paul Mbutu, the registrar of the university. Good job, very good job when I see the recruitment that is going on. Mweni Nyokabi, my legal manager. There's something about lawyers. You know, Mweni, my daughter is a lawyer. Yeah, maybe she's a little older than Mweni, but Mweni comes to my office and says, VC, with due respect, this will not happen. Or this one you will not sign. And that's it, I can't do anything. So together we have managed to shepherd the university statutes and regulations. We have done many things, and now we are very stable legally. And last but not least, Professor Washira, Muturi Washira. He is DVC Finance, and you know finance people, how they are. Always gloomy and worried. So I have two people who are always almost in the depression zone. Phyllis Mutua and Washira. Washira, when I met him 4 years ago, he had a lot of hair, he had what? But I can see it is receding very fast. Situwape makofi ya Nyayo. Moja, mbili, tatu. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, Honorable Mgatana, I am a Nyayo orphan because I was the principal of Moi School, Sunshine, for a long time. And it's always good to thank people who made you. I would never have been what I am without that old man. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to assure you that Daystar is a stable university, is a university of values, and is a university I want you to help me take it to the next level. We have a staff of 142 faculty, that is the teachers, and out of 142, we have 74 PhDs. So if you look at the private universities, there's no private university in this country with a high concentration of PhDs like Daystar, and that is my assurance to you. I want to assure parents that I will do constant communication. This is a promise on your students, because parents have had 2 tragic cases that have weighed me down as the father of this university. When I had taken the Senate to Mombasa for a retreat, I got very distressing news that my student who was living off campus had committed suicide. And that to Daystar is a very distressing situation. And we sat down together and asked ourselves, what is in this for us to learn? So I asked the chaplain and the registrar to give me the details on this student. This student came here as a government-sponsored student. And this student got into wrong company. And when I asked the registrar, can I have the academic track record of this student? There is a GPA, the overall results of this student. The GPA was extremely low. Once you have a GPA that is going below 2, you are, of course, flagged for repeating. And we lost him. You can see how heavy it was for me to go back to the parent and say, your son is no more. So we don't have enough accommodation on campus, but we have accommodation of about 1,000 students. We also have hostels out there that we are vetting, that our students can stay and will know what they are doing. But I have learned that I must communicate to parents. And when I say I mean Daystar, through messaging. That's our commitment to you. You'll get messages from us about your student. If he's the top rugby player, and now Daystar is very strong in rugby, in fact almost 2-3 students are in the national team, we shall write a message and say he is constructively engaged in rugby because of the gym we have. Those who sit with me for Bible study, I will send a message to you to say, I was with him in Bible study, maybe not every month, but once in a while, and I'm happy with his general outlook and his spirituality. Please continue to encourage him. When we see the GPA going down rapidly, we shall call you. We shall send a message so that together we can help these children that God has put in our hands. I'm calling for your support. It was a very tragic. Now, soon after that, an international student was staying in KPA, somewhere. KPA, I don't even know where it is, but he's staying in KPA. And because of the false impression of having freedom at the university, he had opened up a liquor kiosk. You know, we are Christians, so we must say. And he got into all kinds of things. He was from Sudan. And by the way, we have 23 nationalities here. So I have almost 400 foreign students here. And that in a shootout, that boy was killed. So I decided I can't carry this burden. I must let parents know. We shall continue to run Daystar almost like a high school. Because my background, I was the principal of Sunshine School for 9 years. So I will not assume that these students are in the university and therefore they can be on their own. No. But also, I want you to feel encouraged. We come here for chapel, we do Bible study, we have discipleship, we have evangelism, them going out there. So there are all these measures, but I think we have to intensify our communication to our parents about their students. But I also want to encourage you that Daystar is multi-denominational, but also Daystar has quite a large number of Muslim students. So we don't discriminate. And if there are any Muslim parents, we do not discriminate, because the Constitution doesn't allow us to do that. But also, I would like our Muslim, our Islamic brethren to know that these people are not the animals that, so that they can also see the Christian grace, the goodness. We are not converting, but just to know that they are also good people. I think the world will be a better place. So can we all come together? I want to talk about scholarships. We are perhaps, with Strathmore, the only two universities that offer scholarships, and sometimes full scholarships, to students from needy homes. As my finance manager said, your child has to work very hard in the first year, and you also have to strain for him or her to give us the GPA that will allow her or him to be considered for scholarship. We support more than 500 students on scholarships, and my budget, which I have to raise every year, is about 70 million Kenya shillings for scholarships. So, Mheshimiwa, also, when I hear your fellow parliamentarians talk about private universities, I keep asking, which one are they talking about? They think we are money mongrels who just want money. But I want to know, if you take Daystar for the last 30 years under Don Smith and the others, how many students has Daystar helped? How many millions have been spent? In fact, if there is a university that should be receiving funds from the Treasury for budget support, it's Daystar, because these are Kenyans. Yes. We are currently owed by the Kenya government 827 million. 827 million. And then you hear all the noise in Parliament about private universities. I don't know which one they're talking about. Yeah. And I'm glad the National Audit Office was here. They saw how well we take care of the funds, the money they send us. They saw the students that have graduated and the students that are in the system. Let us work together for this mother called Kenya without blatant accusations that just dampen our spirits. For those of us who have to go to churches, go to elderly people's homes across the US, normally I do almost 7 states looking for money for scholarships to help needy Kenyans. Why? Because that was the founding vision. that Daystar would never leave any student out if they deserve to get an education. But also, because of my humble beginnings, I grew up in the slums of Kibera, Line Saba. I'm a son of a driver. So I empathize. I see the agony and the pain when my students come. There are many who come to my office, they don't even have a meal. There are many students I've just put on scholarships, just like that. I don't even consult the group, the team that gives scholarships. There's a boy from Turkana, one of our bright students, who has been struggling and was struggling. And one time after chapel, he followed me crying. And we put him on scholarship and said, you'll be on scholarship, but I'll have to go and look for the money. That is Daystar. And that is the university your child has come to. In Daystar, we don't just seek to be productive, but we seek to be fruitful. We want to produce fruits. You know, you can plant a guava plant or a mango plant and tell people, oh, these are my mangoes, but they are not productive. In Daystar, we seek to be productive. Because we know that work is ordained by God. Grace, the slides. The Bible begins with God working in the opening chapters of Genesis, creating the heavens and the earth. Created in his image, we too were created to work. And we read in Genesis 2:15, next slide, that the Lord God took the man and put him on the Garden of Eden to work in it and take care of it. So, work, some people always say we work because our founders, the original parents sinned. But me, I think in Genesis 2:15, it says, the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. So work is part of us. And as part of the job description, God gave us the task of ruling over and taking care of his creation. That's what we are doing in Daystar. So Daystar is not a matter of you'll get the degree, but there's something else we want you to get so that Kenya can be in safer hands moving forward. The author, Richard Pratt, in Designed for Dignity, claims that God ordained humanity to be the primary instrument by which his kingship will be realized on earth. That is Daystar. Here's his down-to-earth description of how the cultural mandate works. And we are told the great king has summoned each of us into his throne room. Take this portion of my kingdom, he says. I'm making you my steward over your office, your workbench, your kitchen stove, wherever you are as a person. Put your heart into mastering this part of my world. Get it in order. Unearth its treasures. Do all you can with it. Then everyone will see what a glorious king I am. Remember, God's work on this earth is ours. We don't labor simply to survive. Insects do that. Our work is an honor, a privileged commission from our great King, our Lord. God has given each of us a portion of his kingdom to explore and to develop to its fullness. So at Daystar, work is worship. Yeah, that's why my office is open from 6:30, either Nairobi or Athi River campus, and I normally go home to the house past 8 in the night. And any student can walk in and walk out in my office to say thank you, to want to tell me what they're going through. Some of them are able to tell me all sorts of things. But also my staff can walk in and walk out. And that is who we are. I want you to note that Daystar University work glorifies God. So God is most glorified when his creation operates as it was designed. That's why I'm very distressed about the accommodation situation in this university. And I'm asking God to come in for us so that we have enough multiple hostels so that my students can live in this sanctuary and we know that they are safe. So when we bring about biblical flourishing through our work at Daystar, in our churches, our families, our communities, or our jobs, we provide the world with a glimpse of the way things are supposed to be. That's why I told you I would like Daystar to be a model of how things are supposed to be. We also bring glory to God. If you look at our ethos, we talk about excellence. We talk about transformation. We talk about servanthood. In Daystar, everybody picks the broom. Everybody picks the broom. So the Ayiro, the VC, goes to class and teaches research methods and statistics. I have 3 PhD students I'm supervising. I have about 4 master students I'm supervising. Everybody picks the broom. I'm also asking my parents to pick the broom by ensuring your commitments to your child so that we can together put a hedge around this child to be able to become what God wanted them to become. At Daystar, work serves the common good. To paraphrase the great reformer Martin Luther, the number one way we can love our neighbor is to do our jobs well. If I love Kenya, I don't have to be in parliament. I don't have to be a judge. I can do my job well as a teacher, as a lecturer, as a vice-chancellor in Daystar. That will show my love to this country called Kenya. Maybe it will give Kenya a new hope that there are still Kenyans who can do something that pleases you. When we serve God in our vocations, the work we do combines with the work of others to bring about flourishing in our communities, in our cities, and in the world. So in Daystar, everybody matters. This is the university you're bringing your child to, serves the common good. I'm leading a delegation of about 30 staff to Israel for a pilgrimage sometime next month. And when we are doing that list, the first person on that list was the university plumber. Was the first person. And I said, yes. I said he'll be the first person. Although some of us have to pay 20%, 30% for the trip, the rest, the university is meeting, Kyoko will not pay a cent because God is found in the lowly places. Unajua Mungu hapatikani huku wakina hiro wako huku. God is found where? In the lowly places. So if we lift up Kyoko, God will lift all of us up. That is the Daystar we are in. And I would like parents, can you instill, this is what we tell our students here in chapel, can you help us instill in your children the virtues of humility, the virtues of love from Galatians 5:22. Can you instill those virtues in these children? At Daystar, Work calls for obedience. That's something you notice. By the way, the hero that walked here from Moi University 4 years ago is not the one standing here. I'm a totally transformed, different person to the root of my heart. Yes. So maybe God had a purpose. Hiyo kunirusha kutoka Moi alafu nikaanguka hapa. Maybe he was saying, go there so that we can wash away your sins. Work gives us an opportunity to exercise our obedience to Christ in all that we do, consistently working based on his design and desire for our lives. That's why, parents, this is not just a university. Because of our Christ-centeredness, there is a difference. When I sit with Tum or my Secretary General in my office, there is no Vice-chancellor student. Tunakaa tu tunapiga ma stories, you know. I know some of them are very annoyed because Man U lost yesterday. So they are not breathing. I know some personally. And on the same day, to make things worse, Liverpool won. So it was a dreadful day for Man U fans. So we know each other to those levels. The tie I'm wearing now was bought for me by the outgoing president, Nalwa. Every president has bought me a tie, a shirt. Wanaona huyu professor hana pesa, wacha tumsaidie. No, I'm saying we are a family. And I want parents to join us and as being a family. So we must hold ourselves to a higher standard at Daystar than those only working for the earthly boss. Colossians 3:22. So those of us who are leaders at a place like Daystar must also treat our employees and students fairly and with respect, knowing that we too are held to a higher standard. As I finish, at Daystar, work provides a dual opportunity for witness, that people can see in you what it means to be Christ-like, in your heart. So, when we work as unto the Lord with excellence, and you know what excellence does? Excellence honors God and inspires other human beings. We provide a powerful message, both verbal and non-verbal, to the power of Christ at work within us. So every lecturer, every staff, and every student must see this as an opportunity to be a witness for Christ. While we don't have to be perfect, and I submit I'm not perfect, when we share the good news of the gospel with our co-workers, it will be taken much more seriously if the effects are visible in our own lives. So sio kuhubiri maneno ambayo watu hawaoni in you, visible in your own eyes. And finally, at Daystar, work is spiritual in nature, regardless of our calling. All work that God calls his people to do is important to him and brings honor to those who perform it. I have a housekeeper called Margaret, a university employee. When I was trying to get her a job, it's my daughter who brought her and said, Dad, you need a housekeeper to help you. When I was getting her employed, HR was telling me, but Margaret doesn't have a certificate. I said, how? Which scale will we put her? She doesn't have a Form 4 certificate. And you know, in Daystar, we only employ people who have Form 4 certificates. Sasa nikauliza, hii ugali nyeusi, which I eat, I don't eat white ugali. Hii ugali nyeusi, inataka certificate. I drink mursik. I don't drink mala, ordinary mala. I drink mursik because of my association with Moi and also I come from North Rift. Mursik is the milk you drink. Sasa hii Mursik, Form 4 atatengeneza. What an amazing job Margaret has done with all the guests from the US, ambassadors, governors who pass through my house. They always remember Margaret. And she'll make sure she makes groundnuts, will tie groundnuts, or if she had done pork very well, she'll tie pieces and give every visitor to go with. Form 4 ngefanya hivyo kweli. All work that God calls his people to do is important to him. That's why you are here. By the way, the work of bringing your child here, you've been called upon by God, and brings honor to those who perform it. So we at Daystar are very conscious that it is not about us, it is God deciding your child will be here with us. So whether you have been called, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. So whether you have been called to be a pastor, a vice-chancellor, or a stay-at-home parent, every kind of job is equally important and honorable before the Lord. In God's economy, there is no separation between sacred and secular work. All of our work should bring glory to God, serve the common good, and further God's kingdom. That is my message to my parents and my students. We are humbled. I am humbled because when I see this multitude of people, it is a manifestation of the faith people have in this university. And it humbles us more because now the Daystar family is growing bigger and bigger and bigger. As I conclude, we have a spiritual song that keeps us going. Some people don't know why I like this song. This is a song that, it was my baptismal song. And I belong to the PAG church, Pentecostal Assemblies of God. These people who drum on the road. And so when they have a big catch like me, a headmaster that time, to throw into the water, they are very excited. So I was the headmaster of Kegoye Secondary School when I gave my life to Jesus, and the whole school was there. So there was what we call Guaride. I had to walk from Chabakali Market down to the Jordan River on the road in white, and everybody was saying, "Is that the headmaster? Is that the headmaster?" And I was sweating profusely, not because it was hot, but I was so nervous. Maybe because of the sins I had committed on this earth. I didn't know whether I would come out of the water or I would go. The song is "I'm Pressing Up on the Upward Way." And I just want to say something about this song. This song was written in 1892 by Johnson Ottman Jr., 1892. When God lifted him. And this is the author who wrote the song, "There's Not a Friend Like the Lowly Jesus." No, not me. He's also the author of the song, "When Upon Life's Billows You Are Tempted Tossed, Count Your Blessings." But this particular song he wrote when God lifted him, when he did not expect. When his employer surrendered all his wealth to him because he had been a good servant. And so he sang this song, "I'm pressing on the upward way." Let us stand. On the upward solidifies the theme of the journey toward higher ground, concluding, Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. That is my prayer for my new students and for Daystar, that may the Lord plant your feet on higher ground. May you stay secure. May you love your university. May you find true communion as God lifts you to the higher ground. In stanza 2, emphasizes that the singer has no desire to stay where doubts and fears dismay. I keep preaching the message of faith, that we may not want to stay where doubts and fears dismay. Many people in this country today are living with a lot of doubts and fears. My first years, I'm praying that you have come to a place where there are no doubts and fears. In stanza 3, takes a similar approach, and the author of this song wants to live above the world. And he says, though Satan's darts at me are hurled. Yes. And you will find torturous moments, and parents too. So even when Satan throws those darts at you, bado Mwenyezi Mungu atakuinua katika maisha yako. The final stanza affirms the Christological thrust of stanza 1. I want to scale the utmost height, but still I'll pray until heaven I have found. Lord, lead me onto higher ground. So as I cry that I would like Daystar to be a model, Daystar to be a university that every parent will come in and feel secure, and every student will get the experience that they need. So although I'm saying I want to scale the utmost height, but it is not about me, it's about God. Still I'll pray until heaven I have found. And so may the Lord lead us to that higher ground.
Pastor, you'll feel like collecting an offering after that. Quite an appealing message. Just have your seats kindly. At this moment, we want to hear from that other side. We request the forbearance of the parents and the students who are sitting in the overflows. We are experiencing a good problem of many parents and many students, but we're also conscious of the fact of the overhead sun, and you can be sure we are already bereft of time. But even beyond that, we're conscious of you're seated with a Mavoko son, and we want to separate the two of you just right now. So to get us going with the Q&A, I want to invite the Dean of Students, Reverend Mutinda Musiba.
Good afternoon. Before I pick a question, let me tell you a very short story. A friend of mine told me that when he was in high school, he got to know that his father had never been to school and could not read or write when he was in Form 3. When he came home, his father would always ask for the report form and would look at it keenly and say, "You did well, but why did you perform so poorly in this and the other?" And his father was a very tough one, so this guy would always be scared. But at one time, he found out that his father could not read or write. And how did that happen? Because in the process of getting interrogated, he realized that his father was holding the report form upside down. But still insisting, "You didn't do very well in this and the other." But I'm driving a point home here. We want to work with you, parents and students, and I'm encouraging the parents to be very keen about the performance of your son and your daughter. How are they doing in school? Find out. When they register for every semester, find out what courses are they taking, who is your lecturer. Ask for the contacts and you get them. Make a call and ask, "How is my son doing? Are they attending class?" I mean, I work here at Daystar. I have a son who graduated from Daystar. I have a son who is a student here at Daystar. And I know he is a good boy, no doubt about that. But I always pick the contacts, and the lecturers know. I will always pick the contacts of the lecturers that are teaching my son because I want to find out, is he attending class? How is he performing? I will go to the registrar and look at the results because I want to be sure. Sadly, and I'll be ending this and picking questions, I got to know that the parents of the student who committed suicide actually expected him to graduate this year. But he was far from that. So let's walk together. We'll pick a few questions. And I'll be asking you to give us your name, and then you can ask your question. We are not going to pick too many because we don't want to keep you too long. There are those questions that we shall respond to right here, but any question that we cannot respond to right here, we will direct you to the right person and office where you can receive those answers. So if you have a question, please raise your hand. You will get a mic. We have a question right there. Please give us your name and ask your question.
Thank you. Well, my name is Grace Kiseu, and
okay, we will request that you wait. We want the sound to be right. All right, just try it again. You can change your location. Maybe you can come here. You said your name is Grace.
thank you. My name is Grace Kiseu, and I'm here bringing my last-born child to Daystar. Mine is not a question. Mine is like after the Vice-chancellor spoke and sang, I want to believe that I've been lifted to higher grounds because of Daystar. I'm an alumnus of Daystar. I was here when Daystar the River was only 2 years old. So we were the people who chased away the lions and everything that was here You know, it was a scary place. When the young men and women came there, they reminded me of the time that I would also stand there as a young woman, a young girl, and sing to the Lord in Daystar as a student. The main reason as to why I've brought my daughter here, and this is the second person in the family that I'm bringing, is when I came to Daystar, I only had 10,000 shillings with me. So I went to Valley Road campus and I spoke to the registrar. The registrar is now late, and I told her, Madam, I have a calling letter to come to Daystar, but between me and everything, I only have 10,000 shillings. But I still am committed to do a degree course and complete. Can you take someone with 10,000 shillings? And she told me, tell me a little about yourself. So I told her, well, after Form 6, I was trying to do some part-time job as a teacher somewhere, and so I want to come to Daystar and do education and change the teaching of students.
I love
and
your story.
Sorry,
but I'm
okay,
going
let me
to
just
ask you
finish
to-
up.
Thank
And
you.
so the registrar allowed me to. And I came with 10,000 shillings. And the scholarship came in after one semester because my GPA was really high. And so I got the scholarship that people have been talking about. I just want to assure parents like me that there's a scholarship. And I want to finish by saying, after that, by the time I was graduating in Daystar, I got an award of the Vice-chancellor. And by the time I was graduating in Daystar, my account had over 100,000 shillings, a scholarship plus performance and what have you. And this daughter of mine is coming here as a second person in my family because I was called by I think it was Madam. She called me and she told me, Grace, in your account, there is over 100,000 shillings and we want someone to come and continue. And my sister, whom I was educating, came in and spent that money, and she's a senior banker. And today, I can say that Daystar is real. And today, I'm so emotional as I come back to Daystar to bring my last-born child to join this
Thank you.
university.
What
Thank
a
you.
testimony. What a testimony. Let's
I'm
appreciate
completing
her.
my PhD, and I believe I'll come and teach.
Please
I'm
come.
doing that course that you've just introduced. The course, my PhD will be in, when I graduate next year, it will be on the same course that Madam has said.
Thank you.
Educational,
Thank you.
what? Policy. Yes, I'm doing that.
Asante
God
sana.
bless you.
What a beautiful testimony. Yes, Daystar cares. There's a hand over here. Thank you so much, Grace. Thank you. There's a hand over here. Please raise it high. Yeah.
Founding father of Daystar University, Professor Dr. Don Smith, and Vice-chancellor, all dignitaries and parents. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Dr. First is a question and a compliment. And Professor Dr. Don Smith, you did a lot of sacrifice, and your sacrifice will always be remembered. Also, Professor Ayiro, you made a lot of sacrifice. May you live long. My question goes to Professor Samuel Muridi.
Your name again?
My name is Omar Aden Ahmed.
Thank you.
My question goes to the Director of Academic Affairs, Professor Samuel Muridi. Professor Samuel Muridi, please, I would like to know if the university have a collaboration with other universities, like an international student can do exchange program with other universities. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. Great question there. Collaborations. Do we have any other question? There's a hand over there to my left. Beautiful question. You'll get the response.
Good afternoon, all.
Afternoon.
all protocols observed. Okay, I want to ask something related to the financing of our children. Okay, some of us, okay, I will say that also is my last son. All the others have gone through what we'd call the private universities, but sponsored by the government through the COOPs and what have you. My concern is I want us to be considered for slightly more time other than putting the cap of Thursday regarding the leasing of fees and the scholarship coming, particularly us waiting for scholarship from the government, because we may not have the muscle to push the government to make that available by the coming Thursday. So I was asking the management of the university to be kind to us, to consider us, not that we will not pay anything, even if they give us what we probably can least pay, because we want our children to be accommodated at the campus at the same time as we were expecting the government of Kenya to release the funds, which is not within our power, to be also be accommodated within that. Peradventure that fails, as a parent, we also going to raise the money, not that we are going to fail.
Thank you. Tell us your name, please.
Students have gone through that.
Tell us your name, please.
My name is John Kerago.
Thank you.
And as I've said, all the others went through the government program in private universities. Thank you.
Thank you, John. And your concern shall be addressed, but in passing, I want to mention that all students are treated the same here. So it's not like those are government and these are private. They are all treated the same. There's a hand right there.
All protocol observed. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I'm Daniel Wambua. Mine is almost related to his question concerning Thursday. There was a mention of selection of courses. Can you shed some more light on the same, because students were admitted here or are admitted here upon selection of courses?
Thank you. Maybe we'll pick one more question if there is. There's a hand over here right before me. Please tell us your name and ask your question, and then we are going to respond to those questions.
Good afternoon, parents. All protocols observed. My name is Mathangani Moya. I've also brought my last-born daughter, and she's doing biomedicine. Wanted just maybe you could shed some light. Do you have arrangements?
To our online viewers, hope you are having a good time and enjoying the session. And just to pick out of some few pointers, Sonia, maybe what have you learned from the VC?
I think my takeaway from the VC's address has been his emphasis on excellence. You know, it's such a good thing because that's what Daystar is about: excellence, transformation, and servant leadership. And I think the second thing is about the encouragement to the parents that indeed, as they leave their children here at Daystar, they are secure enough to know that their children are in safe hands. So that was a big takeaway for me.
Yeah, and speaking on servant leadership, I think we have some of our servant leadership here in Daystar. We have the Secretary General, we have the Deputy President, we have the President, and maybe if you invite one of them, maybe the Secretary General of Daystar University, Mr. Kamunge, please, you can join us.
Thank you.
Yeah, so how are you first of all?
I'm glad, I'm happy. As you can see, we have new students on our Daystar, and we are proud to have new students and welcome people who are coming to join us and to pursue their education, meet new friends, and pursue the journey in this life.
So from a servant leadership point of view, do you think the orientation is a better way of introducing these new students to Daystar as a Daystar family?
It definitely is, because I remember I went through orientation, and through orientation I was able to gather loads of information about what I need to do once I get to class next week and to school next week. So it's more like a basis. Obviously, some of them won't understand everything during this orientation program, but I'm sure after this week, they'll have now a good basis and a good surface and foundation for them to kickstart their studies coming forward next week.
I like that. Bona SG, if you can allow me, please let us know what is the Daystar University Students Association and what is your role as as the Secretary General in making sure that as the students join us, they will have an amazing welfare in Daystar.
Thank you so much. Daystar University Association is the association that really governs the students. So we work hand in hand with management, with Senate. Actually, the president and I sit in the Senate and help in the decision making of the university. So through all that, we are elected by the students and to represent them, because we have 6,500 students. Obviously, all of us can't be heard in our voice, but through us gathering records from the students and going to represent them in management and the Senate, then it makes now a good kind of like a devolution plan. So we have the council and the Congress. The Congress is representatives from every school and every department. The council is the 7 of us, who is the president, the deputy, the secretary general, I, our treasurer, who's in control of the finances and our budget, which comes from the activity fee that you pay. We have the international student representative and the campus governor for here in the main campus and a governor in Nairobi campus. So the 7 of us are able now to contract these things in devolution and work on different things and ensure that students are well catered for and looked after. Yes.
So what about the entire community at large? How are you going to make sure that the gap is bridged? You know, as the new, there's always that feeling of, you know, I'm a fresher, you know, it's like being a mono in a high school. So how will you ensure and help to bridge the gap?
So that's a good question again. I remember when I was joining, you see, after this orientation week, after the families are gone, you're now left alone. So coming next week, actually, I think at the end of this week, you're going to send out a circular, which is going to have a list of all the WhatsApp groups in the school, so the welfare ones. So once you join there, you can feel free to first of all contact us, and our numbers will be there. So from the Congress representatives, you're going to have like every school is going to have 2 people with their numbers there that you can call. Our numbers are going to be in that circular. WhatsApp groups are going to be in that circular. So if you're a school of communication, you're going to join right direct in that communication, and you're going to ask for links from that communication. Then once you join there, obviously you go to class, meet new friends, and now the journey continues. But in bridging the gap, we're also going to be doing randoms and check up the students. I mean, the governors have lots of events lined up for this semester. I'm going to have my own events lined up for this semester. We're going to have barazas this semester, so that are going to get their insights about how they're feeling about the university and get feedback from them, and obviously push it now to management and Senate.
Now you've mentioned some of, you say that DUSA organizes some of the activities, yeah?
Yes.
And as a freshman somewhere, he or she maybe might be thinking, what can I do? How can I be involved in such activities? Can you now tell us what are some of the activities that you guys organize, and how can these students be involved in such activities?
So actually, that's a good question, amazing one. We invite all freshmen to plug in first of all, because yes, we send emails, we have social media handles which are going to post. Obviously, we won't reach everybody, but at least if we reach a group of friends who are going to reach a group of friends, we are going to eventually reach everybody. So for example, this semester we're going to have the Fun Day, we're going to have the Culture Week, Entrepreneurship Week, we're going to have the Satalanta, there's a SADU AGM for international students to reason out. We're going to have semester briefing, we're going to have chapel, DUSA chapel, in chapel that one goes, and we also mark it hand in hand again in chapel, and that's why actually this is a brief to the freshmen that come to chapel, because some of the information that we also send is gathered there. Some of the things that the VC is talking about finding God, is also through there, because again, it's a Christian university, and also all our events are also built under the values of Daystar. So even to plug in, definitely with the cycle I'm going to send, the governor's numbers are going to be there. Feel free to call them, feel free to contact them, reach to us. Actually, we are very able. I myself am able to receive, I'm very willing to receive people who want to volunteer and help with these event planning processes.
Yeah, you said about reaching out to you. Yes. Can you just give us some of the socials, or how can we reach to the SG or the DUSA?
The DUSA. So on Instagram, we are at Instagram, follow us at DUSA Council _official, or rather just search the Daystar Student Government, and the first option that's going to appear, actually don't Daystar, just search Student Government and click the first option that's going to appear. You're on TikTok, DUSA _council, you're going to find us there. I think once you reach there, we tag all the student leaders, so you're going to find the speaker, you're going to find our Congress representatives, you're going to find yourself, Ron, and Sonia here, and feel free not to DM us going forward. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. As you heard it, that was Newton Kamuyu, the Secretary General of Daystar University. So the next person who we are going to invite here is the Governor of Daystar University, Athi River. You know, we are a balanced campus, you know, and so we'd like to hear from the Governor. You know, please join us and tell us how you're feeling about the orientation week. What has been your highlights so far?
Welcome, freshman, welcome. Very nice, very nice. Doulos are doing a great job, really, yeah.
So please introduce yourself.
So I'm Laban Choti, the Athi River Campus Governor, and it's a pleasure to have you in Daystar. Welcome. Feel at home, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what is your role as the governor? You know, we are used to knowing the governors in the political market out there. So what is the role of a governor here in Daystar University?
So the role of a governor here at Daystar, mainly I'm here, niko kwa ground, yeah? Like, we have this president and secretary general sitting with management, sorry, and then niko kwa ground, yeah? And basically I'm here to ensure the general welfare of all students is catered for when it comes to anything regarding welfare, but also activities in terms of clubs, sports, associations. I'm the guy. I'm your guy. Yeah.
That is so nice.
So having such a big school like Daystar campus at the river, how do you manage to accommodate all these students and maintain knowing them and keeping them on your radar?
We have a social welfare kind of thing where every student, you're here for communication, right? We have School of Communication, School of Nursing, School of Law. We have social welfare groups, yeah, where we can interact in those groups. But also to ensure that everything else runs smoothly, we have committees. I run committees, committee for food, transport, to ensure every student is comfortable, even the hostels. Yeah, yeah.
Now as the governor of Athi River, what will you advise the parent out there? Because we have in campus roughly about 1,000 students, if I'm not wrong, and also there is the out campus community. How do you manage to balance, and what's your take on it?
To be very honest, on campus is more controlled, I'd say. Students are they're more of a community on campus, but still we are able to reach out to those of us who are off campus. We're able to reach out to them to be able to know how they're doing, to be able to help in whatever challenges they may be able to they may be facing, because on campus we have a capacity of 1,000, but that's not enough for everyone in Daystar. So you can still stay off campus, but we'll still keep in touch with you. Yeah.
Okay. There's a student who's watching and they're thinking, I'm not yet sure if I'm to join Nairobi campus or Athi River campus. So maybe you can share with our viewers, what is the fun thing about joining, Athi River main campus?
True.
Yeah.
It's called main campus for a reason.
Oh,
yeah?
okay.
We are the main campus. If you want the campus experience, welcome to Athi River, the main campus. Yeah.
Okay. So just one last question. You have been a student as well before you were a governor, now that you're a governor. What do you love most about being in Daystar? Because there's someone who's watching, even a parent, and they're thinking, yeah, I know all these things have been said about Daystar, but what's one thing that you love most about being a student here in Daystar?
I love the sense of community that we have.
Okay.
Yeah? Like, yes, we are classmates, but beyond being classmates, we can, be out there together, do things together, be in chapel together, the sense of community, basically. I love that about Daystar.
Okay.
And you're encouraged to join Daystar for that community. Welcome to Daystar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Maybe before he goes, I really recommend your dressing. Is this a culture in Daystar? Do you guys dress this on the daily?
Please tell us.
In Daystar, we dress modestly, but being a student leader, you have to look smart. Newton was here, Newton looks good. Student leaders have to look nice to model the example.
Yeah.
So in Daystar, you dress well. Alafu pia, tuko hiyo age ya interaction. So,
Okay.
yeah, you must look nice.
You had it, leading by example, and that is servant leadership. Thank you so much, Laban, and it is an honor that you get to host us here in the main campus. So that was Laban, the Athi River governor here at Daystar University. So shortly, we will be joined by the Nairobi governor, the campus I am proud to be part of, and that is none other than Ken Andrew, the Nairobi governor of Daystar University. So karibu sana Bwana Ken Andrew.
Asante sana kwa kuniita hapa. Nimefurahi kuongea na nyinyi. Ni lazima tuongee Kiswahili.
Please introduce yourself.
Okay.
Whichever language you choose to speak.
Okay. Bonjour, or it's bon après-midi. My name is Ken Andrew Muganda, and I'm the Nairobi campus governor. And to all the freshmen, welcome to Daystar. Yes.
How are you feeling about the orientation week so far?
I think, yeah, it is happy. I think when we were in there, the VC gave such a powerful speech when he talked about a lot of things. He even gave us a chance to introduce ourselves, said how important we are to the students, and I hope we prove to be important to the students and we really help them. So I am highly optimistic about this semester. We can see there are a lot of people here, a lot of new students. So, I have to be able to cope with this and make everyone believe in Daystar in my own capacity.
Now, for Valley Road, it is different from Athi River. You know, students live in Athi River and they get to know each other better. It's like a family. Now, for Valley Road, for you, how do you get to engage with the students in a day-to-day activities?
Yes, I think that is something that I have tried to deal with over the time. The last semester, we introduced things like Interactive Wednesdays, where we try to bring these students together. We try to put away that culture of Valley Road students.
Okay, so allow me to ask you, Bwana Governor, what made you aspire to want to be a student leader at Daystar University?
The people. The people.
Okay, what about the people?
They told me to vie. That's the truth.
Okay.
They wanted me in this seat. They said they love me, and they said that I should go for it, and that is what I did. Even this guy, he is one of my closest friends. I'm just seeing him smiling.
Yeah.
It's a lot of happiness. We do this every time, so there are some of the people who really pushed beyond. There's
Yeah.
Tatiana around, there's Sharon, there's Newton, there's Flavian,
Okay.
there's even Carlton behind the cameras, and there's even you. You know,
Yeah.
you are the people who wanted me here, and you're the people I work so hard for, and that is something I really, really want to do.
Yeah.
Now, for Valley Road, you've said that there's so much activities going on. Now, what is the main thing that stands out for Valley Road campus, in your opinion?
I think there's a greater unity for Valley Road campus. I think everyone on our campus knows each other these days. Based of last semester, we have tried to bring different friend groups together. A lot of people come and talk together. It's so different, and we have been planning the past 2 weeks. We have taken to plan new events for next semester, how to better bring people together. We are introducing events on Friday, not just Wednesdays. We are going to have Fridays. I don't want to give it up too soon, but when you go to campus on Friday, you will find the posters put around the school. We have new events and more to come. I don't want to speak too much about it.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Bwana Governor, you're also actively involved in the sports department.
Yes.
So please share something about that.
Yes, actually, as we speak, my team, the team I've played for, the team I love, Daystar City, are training on this campus. Our league starts on 23rd September, and the mission this season is to win. That is the mission. That is my dream with this team. We have suffered. I'm not going to lie. We have suffered as a team. But the moment I took this seat, I promised the boys and I promised everyone who supports our team that this is our time.
Okay.
We are going to get there and we are going to win this league. And even in the morning, as I was putting them off to train, that is what we agreed. We are going to fight to win the Kusa League.
Maybe just to clarify, do you only have football as a sport?
No, we do not only have football. Last semester we introduced a first of its kind in Daystar, the Daystar City Rugby Queens. We have an all-female rugby team, and we also have an all-female football team, the Daystar City Queens. Aside from that, we have our swimming team, led beautifully by Wanjira, and then we also have the indoor sports. We have chess, of which chess, the last time we went for a tournament together, the Greater Opens, our chess players, Eugene Oyer and Sumaya Hussein, actually came back with medals.
Wow.
You know, so we have all these other sports, and it's not just sports that we're looking to compete in. We are looking at areas such as public speaking, even showcasing one's cultures and everything. We are looking to compete in all these different areas. This semester and next semester, we have planned heavily to try and really bring all these things on board, even the competitiveness between the students. That is something we have really planned. We hope this plan succeeds. It's a strategic plan. We've involved the principal of our campus, the associate dean is involved, the dean of students, I am involved, and the people who work in my committees are all involved. And we are gearing towards success and more unity and more success in sports and everything in Nairobi campus.
All right. Thank you so much, Bwana Governor. That was Ken Andrew, the governor of Nairobi campus. Now, because of gender, equality and being balanced, allow us to introduce one of its kind, the deputy president of Daystar University, and that is none other than Buke Halkano. So welcome, Buke. Please join us. So this is the Madam DPU of Daystar. Please tell us, how are you feeling?
I mean, it feels so great and incredible because Daystar has really grown, and you can see right from behind the amphitheater is full and we have people crowding outside as well. It takes immense pleasure in me to see that Daystar is being trusted with students, parents who trust to be here, and because the students trust that the quality of education being provided here is that of peak. Yeah.
Now, being a female student holding a very powerful position in this campus, what will you tell the freshmen ladies For example, someone is coming in and she's like, I'm scared, I don't want to do this. As the deputy president, the female deputy president, what will you advise her?
As the female deputy president, and deputy president particularly, my role is on academics. I'll first off take this opportunity to congratulate the students who have got their admission to Daystar University. This is a great step and a great journey that you have started. I'd like to encourage everyone, and the students especially, that the beginning of this journey is that of fun, that of intellectual curiosity, that of being the solution-oriented, because what we offer here is problem-based learning, and on that structure, you will be relevant to the job market. Not only will you be getting the theoretical part of it, but the realm of the practical bit of it. So you have made the best decision, and I hope you get the best of the best out of here. May you grow internally, may you be innovative such that your skills will be required out there in the job market. I mean, you have the best here. You can join clubs and associations. You can be in group discussion. You can have fun. There's so many associations in different schools. There's Prad, there's Dusola, there's a lot that you can do. And you can do it in a fun way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. So, Madam Deputy President, you as the Deputy President, you're actively involved in the student welfare. So maybe you can tell us what your docket is all about and on what areas the students can reach you on.
My docket is particularly on academic affairs, and I work closely with the Congress from various schools. So you see the Congress representatives from different schools have different associations within it. But nonetheless, I am also involved in the Kenya Model United Nations, which is a simulation of the United Nations. We integrate together on different debates and motions that matter on status quo, giving ourselves out there so that, you can be relevant. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. That was our Deputy President here at Daystar University. So you've heard it, and you can see it from all our leaders who have stood here that indeed Daystar University is very, very keen on excellence, transformation, and servant leadership. So to anyone who's looking at us, please note that registration is still ongoing. You can visit our website at www.daystar.ac.ke to apply to join Daystar University and master your craft, in the various programs that we have in the certificate, diploma, degree, masters. There's something and there's room for everyone. So
and
maybe...
Also, don't you forget our university Instagram pages with Daystar_uni, Facebook Daystar Uni Official, and also for maybe Twitter, Daystar Uni. And I think we have to see if we can get one parent maybe.
Yeah. So as we are waiting for us to be able to interview a parent, please tell me, my colleague Bwana Ron, after hearing the address from the VC and after hearing from our student leaders, how do you feel about Daystar? Are we headed in the right direction?
As Daystar University, first of all, let me speak from a point of a student point of view, right? Daystar has molded me into a man that I am today. It has given me the platform to do what I'm doing right now. And I urge you, come and join us and let your child be the best and for the best, okay? Now, maybe if we get one parent to tell how she or feels about today's orientation,
please join us. So we are going to have a parent tell us how she's feeling about the day so far. Hi, ma'am. Please introduce yourself.
Okay. Hello, my name is Grace Kiseu, and I'm an alumnus of this university. I was here when it was only 2 years old.
Oh, wow. Wow.
All these buildings are not there.
Yeah.
We only had Grace Hostel and Imani Hostel. Yeah.
So how are you feeling coming back years later and looking at the wonderful place that Daystar has become?
I bless the name of the Lord. Yes.
So you have come to bring a student
come
here,
to
right?
bring a child,
Please
yeah.
tell us, despite you being an alumni, why Daystar for you? Why not any other university?
Well, Daystar made me what I am now. And I want to believe that it will also make my daughter be what she wants to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
In terms of this orientation, is this orientation important to you? Does it make any value or bring any value?
Oh, yeah. First, it has really given me like some emotional moments at some point.
Yeah.
Like when I saw the young people singing, I was in DCF. I was actually an official of DCF. I was the secretary for DCF. And then at that time, we didn't have even a keyboard.
Wow.
So you can imagine, only had 2 drums.
Yeah. What a journey.
But then, before we graduated, we went to perform somewhere. And graciously, someone got so impressed and said, I tend to feel that song that you did, the last song, needed someone to have played a keyboard. Do you have people who play keyboard? Yeah. We said, yes, we have, and some of us were doing music then. And so he said, excuse me, spoke to someone, and that person came and said, how much is the best keyboard at this time? By then it was going for 110,000. And he donated that 110,000. And that was the first keyboard in Daystar. I want to believe now it's long gone.
We will try to trace it and see what happened. Please, the last question maybe. Please tell us, what has been your most memorable moment here in Daystar?
As a parent today or as a student then?
As both of them.
As a student then, I managed to scoop the Vice-chancellor's award for social something they used to call social, I don't know what. I'm the one who scooped that award. So I have a nice kind of a certificate and a towel for that, and there was a trophy for it. The other one is that after that I've managed to go on and move on. Now I'm almost graduating with my PhD in the area of study, and I want to believe it was the background that I got. When my daughter's department was mentioned today, and they've just introduced a PhD program, she looked at me and she was like, you see?
Yes.
So Daystar gives a lot of hope.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much. And it is such a joy.
Again, I look forward to one time coming to give back to Daystar.
Yes, please.
Maybe as a lecturer or wherever.
That will be amazing. Thank you so much. So that was one of our parents explaining to us and sharing her joy about being part of Daystar. So yet again, we get to have another guest. Please join us, sir. And we get to hear from him, you know. Honorable Mungatana, please tell us, how are you feeling about the day so far?
Well, I feel very, very good. Today I brought my son, my firstborn son. The sisters are in other universities, but I'm so happy to hear the foundations of this university, the Christian-centeredness, the work program, the commitment from the Vice-chancellor all the way down, the way we were received here. And I want to single out Mr. James Whiter at the university in Nairobi. I think he's a good man, and he really helped us to see that this is a good university. And when we came here, we confirmed. And my son is here. He said he's liked the whole place. And so we are grateful to God to have come here. In fact, if I had known, maybe even the one who went abroad would not have gone. He would have been here. I'm so happy with what I have seen. And God bless you as you keep growing the talents of our very many young people who pass through here.
Thank you, sir.
Maybe one more question. Do you have any expectations from your son, maybe when he joins? Do you think you have something planned, or Daystar something to offer to him that you're expecting or something, apart from education, maybe through his talents and gifts?
I believe that he's going to be a complete man because they have mentorship programs, they have very good academic programs, they have sports programs, and you can see he's a great sportsman himself. So I believe that he's going to be an all-rounded gentleman that we can rely on. So, and the beauty of it is when you have this going on, you feel confident to slowly retire, so that they can take up the leadership. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
Maybe before you leave, we can get to hear from him, if you're okay with that. Please tell us, how you feeling about joining Daystar University?
So far from what I've seen, the place is really, really great. To add on to what my dad said earlier, especially when we were coming in, I really loved how all the students were just excited to see all the newcomers. It was really great. I haven't explored the whole facility yet, but like my dad said earlier, I really like how Christian-based the whole school is. From the service to even a few of the other things I saw while I was walking around. I really like it, especially how they're also, the other religions allowed in the school. And yeah, when I come here, you can expect great things from me. I promise you guys.
Yes, we love that.
And not forget the beautiful mama here. You seem very confident, very happy about this day. Tell us, how are you feeling about it?
Unajua mimi nitaongea Kiswahili. Mara nimezungumza kizungu kingi sana.
Unakaribishwa.
Asante. Kama mzazi, matarajio yangu ni makubwa. Kwa sababu tuko na ndoto. I know the potential of my son. I know the things he can do. Daystar, what I expect from you is to sharpen those skills. So that in the next 4 years, when he graduates, niko na CEO. Atuji kuanza tena ati kuliendaje. So challenge ni kwetu, as parents will support you where we can, but also we expect Daystar to help us support so that Warren can achieve his dreams and be the man, the leader that the world or what is meant to be. His calling. So we are so proud of him and we're looking forward to seeing Warren being one of those big guys again.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much together with your family. You heard it from our parents that indeed Daystar University is the place to be. So in case you are looking for any other university, please, we hope that all this has changed your mind because Daystar is the cradle of value-based higher learning. Now, Ron, before we sign off, please remind our viewers where they can find us on our social media platforms.
Now, even before I remind you where you can find us, please, we are still getting in more students. More students are still coming in. So first of all, go to our website at www.daystar.ac.ke. And also you can follow our socials, Instagram Daystar_uni, Facebook Daystar University Official, and also Twitter, also known as X today. You can find us at Daystar Uni. And also there are numbers on the screen. They are placed over there. Just read them out and you'll find us anytime, any day, anywhere.
Yes, and so you heard it. And please, as you're doing that, taking screenshots and tagging us on our social media platforms, do not forget to use the hashtag #FormNiDaystar, hashtag September 2023 orientation. So mambo ni matatu tu. Peke yake. Remember to come to Daystar and remember to interact with us on our online community. So that is it from us. I was your host, Lucy Modhoni, and this was...
And I was Ron Otieno.
And what a joy it was to bring to you this day one of orientation live, all the way from the slopes of Lukenya Hills. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Welcome to Daystar University. The orientation week is here with us today. And as you can see, the process has just started. And we have the orientation team welcoming the freshmen into the school as they go and register over there. It's a lot going on, but it's the start of the day. And with me today, I have the orientation leader, one of the leaders. Welcome so much. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Jamie Hundu. I'm one of the orientation team leaders. And yeah, I'm here and I'm gladly ready to serve.
So tell us, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling pressured or you're okay with everything?
pressure, of course, it's there because we have to deal with everything and make sure things are in order, the flow from one point to the other, but things are going well so far.
How are the freshmen looking? Are they energetic? Are they ready for school?
Of course, we have different characters, different personalities. So we have the alive ones that are dancing the first time you tell them, and then we have the others that look at you like, no, I'm so shy, I can't do it. So we have all types of personalities.
Yeah. So we expect you to be here the entire day, or you have the half day or something?
We don't have half day. We are here from 6. Apparently, I was here from 6 up to 5 p.m. when the scholars go back home. But we're here from Monday to Sunday, the last day of orientation.
So what's next for us after they are in and registered?
After we are in, the biggest event of the day is the VC's meeting. They're meeting him at the amphitheater at 10. So they should be on their way, running there right now.
So at 10, please make your way to the Daystar Orientation Week, and don't miss out on anything. Thank you so much. I know I'll see you later. So there are so many processes that take place in the Daystar Orientation Week, and so Lucy Mudhoni will have to take us through.
Thank you, Ron, for taking us through that. So as you've heard from my colleague, once the students arrive, we have different processes happening, and right where, as you can see behind me, we have the registrar's desk, our university registrar, taking the students through verification of their documents to ensure that indeed you have been admitted to Daystar University. So you can come with me as we check the registration desk and what is happening behind me. That students get to be verified with their different documents, and what is happening to just basically ensure that every student who has been welcomed to Daystar University is indeed a student here. So come with me as we go to the next process, which is the finance. Come with me. So this right here is the finance department. So once the students have been verified of all their documents, they then get to come to the finance department to make sure that their school fees is paid, the orientation fee is settled, which will help ease their stay here at Daystar University. So the next step, which is the final process, is the registration desk, which is being taken through by the orientation team. So this is the final process. After students have been verified, they have cleared their fees, they then get to be settled at the registration desk by the orientation team. So what is basically happening behind me is that the student comes and states which campus they have chosen, whether Nairobi or Athi River, and if you're an international student or a Kenyan student. And then after that, they get to be grouped into families. How amazing is that? That you don't just get to start your journey in Daystar as a new student alone, but you're grouped with other people who will help better your life here at Daystar University. So thank you for coming through with us. So let's get back to the main event. Thank you.
Welcome, freshmen, welcome. Welcome. Cheza, freshman, cheza. Cheza, freshman, cheza. Cheza, freshman, cheza. Cheza, freshman, cheza.